Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and to my newest reading vlog. I don't do this very often, but I like doing it. I'm not sure if it's fun to watch, but it does get some views, so so this is the Owl readathon, and it lasts the entire month. Today is April 2nd. It's about 11 o'clock in the morning, and I just woke up like a half an hour ago because of kitty cat shenanigans last night. So we went out and had ramen yesterday, and there was a bag left over from the ramen because, of course, living on a tiny island, they are as wasteful with plastic as absolutely possible. So we have these little bags that our ramen comes in when we order it, and my son left his bag sitting on the counter, and my little girl was goofing off and jumped into it because she's a total bag lady and loves jumping into anything that's baggish. And of course she went to go get out. She went through the handle instead of the normal top, got it stuck around her, freaked out, and started running with it. She managed to freak out Jeffrey, who's my big fat cat, and he goes racing up the stairs. She goes hauling after him, and then both the boys, laughing hysterically, come running after her. She comes zooming around my room and then like sits on my chest to get me so I would take the bag off of her. And this was at like 12:30 in the morning, and I had been asleep for a good solid hour. But because of this, she woke me up, and I couldn't go back to sleep. So I debated on what to do for a little while. Like, okay, nope, not sleeping. So I grabbed my Kindle and started reading Air Fire. I was on chapter 270, and now I'm on 318, so I read just shy of 50 pages last night. Hi, baby. I read just shy of 50 pages last night. I like having both versions, the Kindle and the hard version of all of my books. So I got the Kindle version of this one from the library before I started reading it. I actually have the Kindle of the next 3, so hopefully I can read through them before I lose them, because there was a waiting list for all of them. Hey, don't drink that. Stop. But that way I can read in bed at night, because I don't have a bedside lamp. And because I don't have a bedside lamp, I can't read my hardcover book while I'm at night. So I pulled my Kindle out and I read that instead. So that's all I've done so far, is sleep until 10 o'clock in the afternoon or morning or whatever time it is. And because some little girl kept me awake, and about 3:30 in the morning I finally said, okay, I've got to stop reading, or I'm going to be up all night reading this book, because it didn't slow down. Of course I'm like crying because there's emotional parts. It's just, I love this series, and everyone's like real love or hate about it, and even the ones that love it start to hate it. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen to me. And one of the girls I'm reading it with is a book ahead of me, and she said that there's no hate in her world. She just finished book 4, and she's debating on whether or not she should read book 5 now or she should wait for me. But I don't mind. If I was her, I would read away anyways. So life at my house is pretty chill. It's spring break, so my daughter's home, and my husband works a lot, and we only have one car. So unless I am taking the car in the morning, then I don't go anywhere during the day. I'll have the car tomorrow for sure. And then I will not have it on Wednesday for sure. So you should get some semblance of a vlog. I'll keep you guys updated, and I will post these once a week. So you'll get 4 of them over the next couple of weeks. And then you probably won't get any for the month of May, and then starting in June you'll get travel vlogs instead. Travel/reading vlogs, because of course you have 2 booktubers on a trip together. You're gonna have some reading and some bookstores to go to, and so we'll make sure we, update you on all that kind of stuff. So for now I am on chapter 37, and I have roughly half the book left. So yeah, okay, bye. Hi guys, welcome back to my vlog. This is day 2, and I haven't read it all today yet, but I've listened to quite a bit today. So just give you a little rundown of what happened yesterday. Yesterday I read 150 pages of Air of Fire and 35 pages of The Lost Hero for a grand total of 185 pages. So today so far I have done dropped off my husband at work, and then I went to the commissary on base to get groceries, and then I went to the normal grocery store to get groceries, and then I went to Simply Foods, which is like a vegan, vegetarian grocery store, to get, that's right, more groceries. Now our freezer is so full that it is ready to explode, and I still feel like we don't have any food. Oy. But I did get quite a bit of listening done. I don't know exactly how much I got done, but I think it was like 10 chapters or something, and she's doing stuff in the background, isn't she? That's what I thought. So yeah, I listened to about 10 chapters of The Lost Hero while I was in the car. So most of that's done. Easter's over. You know that, right? Yeah. So it was just a little update. I tried to like record in the car, but it didn't work because the moment I turned my phone on, the book went off. But I'll still probably put that little clip in because I thought it was kind of funny that it happened. But now it's 11:30 in the afternoon, and I'm tired and I'm ready for a nap. Yesterday I managed to read quite a bit, but I was like comatose half the day. I don't know what happened. I just kept randomly passing out. And you were starting to annoy me. But anyways, I'm gonna go now because the little monster behind me is driving me nuts. Bye. Say bye, Elise. You gonna choke me from the back now?
It's not working.
Editing time. Crazy cats. Hi guys. It's day 3. It's Wednesday. It is a little after 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm finally updating you for the first time today. But I've had an eventful last 2 days. So yesterday I completed Air of Fire, and yeah, I'm totally in love with this series. All I can say is this book is quite a bit different than the last two. The first 2 books take place in the Rifthold area and are centered around the glass castle where Selena gets taken after she gets out of Evendor, the prison thing that she's in. And this one has a different change of scenery. It has some new characters. It's told from 3 points of view. It's told from the castle's point of view. So the people that are in the castle from the first 2 books, those characters like the captain of the guard, the prince, it's told from their point of view. And then it's also told from a new point of view. There is a witch coven group that the king is going to try to use as a weapon. They have Menon, who is one of the seconds in command of one of the covens of the witches. They have blue bloods, black beaks, and yellow legs or something weird like that. And Menon is the heir to the head of the coven of the Blackbeak group. Whatever. So she has a point of view, and then of course Selena has a point of view. And it was really good. It's jumped around a little bit. It was a little bit harder for me to read than the first 2 because of the fact that there were so many points of view. And I'm one of those people that doesn't like more than a couple points of view. You give me a couple points of view and I'm okay with that. You give me a ton of points of view, I start to get confused. And this one had, at most, I want to say 6. New character from the castle, new character from the castle, the captain of the guard, the prince, Menon, Selena, new character with Selena. 7. There are 7 points of view in this book, and it's a little much to take at times. She splits it up really well, so you don't get really confused about whose point of view you're on, but it still gets a little bit, when you keep getting pulled out of the story to change points of view. But it was really good. And the end killed me. I was so angry. I was like, I hate this book. And my friends are like, stop hating the book. It's a great book. I was like, but the ending is, if you start to read this and you like it, go get the next one before you finish, because the ending is going to drive you crazy. So I finished that last night. And then this morning, I've been doing laundry and I took a shower, if you can't tell. I don't wash my hair very often because the color comes out of it really fast, and the water here is terrible on my skin and it makes me really, really, really dry. So I don't wash my hair very often. So I actually washed it today and it feels so nice and smells so good. But after I was done, I finished the last bit of The Lost Hero. The Lost Hero is the first book in the companion series to the Percy Jackson books. I'm telling you, this is confusing me. And I liked it a lot. I mean, I love the Percy Jackson books. There was like one Percy Jackson book that annoyed me. It was the one that had the labyrinth in it. I got bored with. I almost quit reading. So I was a little worried about reading these ones. But so far so good. This doesn't have Percy in it. It does have Annabeth. Yeah. It does not have Percy in it. They talk about him, but he's not actually in it. It's based on 3 new characters. You have Jason, Piper, and Leo, and I really liked it. I thought it was a great book. I'm looking forward to starting the next one. So, as of day 3, I have 2 books done and 10 more to go. Maybe that wasn't such a great idea to try to do all of them. But I do have a hierarchy. My goal is to finish the Throne of Glass books and the Heroes of Olympus books first. Those are my priority. The Heroes of Olympus books will take me a little bit longer because they are my audiobook. And the audiobooks always take me a little longer to get through than my physical books do, because I just don't have an extreme amount of time to listen to books. And my family complains at me, so I only listen to them when I'm doing things, or if I'm right at the very end, I'll just listen to the very end and tell them to go away. But most of the people in my family are music people, not necessarily book people. So when we do stuff as a family, like cleaning or cooking or something, there's always music on instead of my book. So I have less time to listen than I do to actually read. But I liked it. It was good. So now I have 2 new books to start. I'm looking forward to them both. Yeah, okay. I also need to do a little bit of filming. I want to do like the first quarter of the year top 5, because I have not had any bad books really. I've had a couple that were like, but I have not had any bad books. So I'm extremely blessed at that portion of it, because I'm very, very happy that I can say that I've had no bad books. But I do need to get some filming done, so I want to do that. And then I also want to I need to update my planner, because I haven't updated it in a couple days. And if I don't update it soon, I will forget what I've done those last couple days. But yeah, that's it. And I hope you guys are having a good reading time too. And I will update you either later today or tomorrow.
The kitten time bugged a baby.
Hi guys, welcome back to my vlog. It is Thursday the 5th and we're not doing anything. All of our plans have been canceled, and the only thing that we've done that's at all interesting is not much. My daughter went down to this little street fair thing, that we have here in Guam, but I didn't go because I didn't have the car. She went with one of our neighbors, and Pat's been working a lot, so we have not done much, and all of my plans for this week so far have fallen through. I have plans for tomorrow. We'll see if that goes anywhere. So I hope you've enjoyed my room, because that's what we've got. I was gonna go sit outside and read because it's beautiful out, but I stepped outside. It was like hitting a wall of furnace air. It was so hot, and now I'm hot in my room, and I haven't been hot in my room all day. I'm gonna go turn my fan on since I stopped talking to you guys. I just wanted to give you a little update. I started The Queen of Shadows. There we go. I started The Queen of Shadows yesterday, and I'm on page 110, so not very far. I read about 70 pages yesterday daytime, and then I woke up at 3:30 this morning, groggy and extremely tired, but not able to sleep. So I gave up for a little while and just started reading after I tossed and turned for about an hour and a half. It's about 4 o'clock in the morning. I was like, okay, I'm done. So I pulled my book out on my Kindle and I read a few chapters. My Kindle is my lifesaver because I don't have my bedside table is like totally destroyed right now, but I don't have a light. And so I have no way to read a physical copy. So I go on to Overdrive and check out Kindle copies of the books that I'm reading onto my Kindle if they have them available. And that way, at night when I can't sleep or I wake up randomly in the middle of the night, I can just turn on my Kindle instead and read it from there. So I've got like 400 books on this thing. Half of them are garbage books. I've signed up for the Goodreads emails. They send you email every day with a bunch of cheap books. And then I'm also signed up for the BookBub one, which does the same thing. And when I first started using the BookBub one, they always have a free book or two, and I would buy all the free books because I thought, oh hey, great, this is awesome. So when I first got my Kindle, I went through and bought all the free books I could find. And then I did it again about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, when I first started using BookBub, and did it all over again, got a bunch of free ones. So I was looking through my book, and I have about 60 books that I'm actually excited about reading, and then I have like 300 books that were all free, and I don't know what to do with. I deleted all of the non-copyrighted books that I'm not actually reading. So like Black Beauty and Robin Hood and any of the classic books that were all past their classic date, I got rid of all of those. I'm putting a really weird shadow on my face. My son comes in, you're gonna see him first. But I got rid of all those like free ones, the free classics, just because if I'm not gonna read them right now, there's no point in clogging my Kindle up with them. So I figure if I'm going to read them, I'll just go on and re-download them since they're all free anyways. And then I went through and got rid of all of the free books that I bought that were like after the first in the series. So I still have an obscene number of books on here. And so part of me wants to go through and just like start reading them. That way I can start deleting them. Okay, this one's a no, delete. This one's a no, delete. This one's horrific. This one's erotic. This one just doesn't float my boat. And that way I actually have a good number of books that I know that I will read, but I don't know, maybe I'll do that when I'm bored someday. Today, when I was bored, I went through and deleted all the samples off of there, all of the classics and all of the just books that I know for a fact I'm not going to get to because they're like 10th in a series, and kept all the first ones. So I got it down to about 400. But I didn't pay for most of them. The ones I paid for, I do have probably about 100 on there that I paid for, and I probably read about 40 of them. So I probably have about 60 left that I want to read. And I will definitely have to kind of go through and do like an in-depth video about that at some point in time. So that way I can show you what I have. I'll kind of show you right now. Let's see, hold on. Let me flip this around. Okay, so here's my Kindle. That's upside down. So I'm obviously reading that one right now, and that is a library book. And I just moved all the stuff that was on the bottom of my pile that wasn't actually downloaded to download some of them. Like I wanted to download these Mari Mancusi books. So I moved some of those, and I want to read this, and I'm curious about that. So you think it's Mari Mancusi, which is these two here, and then these two here, as well as this one. I downloaded onto my Kindle. This one is a library book. These ones I got for like $1 each. This one's one of the Prime books, and so is The Little Prince, which I kind of started reading. I thought was really cute, and I want to keep reading it. But these are a lot of the books that where they would go on special, and they would be like, okay, look, you have this book for $1.99. So I bought Tower of Dawn here. I do have a hard copy of Tower of Dawn coming, but I don't think it's going to get here prior to me needing it. Because right now I'm on book 4. I still have Empire Storms left, and then I have Tower of Dawn. So unless it gets here soon, then I won't be here in time. But I don't think it will, because my original book outlet box that has it in there got lost in transit, and they resent me out the box. But I just got the tracking for it like 2 days ago, and there's still no information. So I still have no idea where it's at. It's going to be at least a month probably. So I have no idea when I'll get the hardcover of this. So if I need be, I'll just read it on here. And then I've got some books, like this one I heard's really good. This one I really want to read. I have the first one, but now I have the Kindle version of the second one. So I'll get a hardcover eventually. This one, I didn't like the original We Were Liars E. Lockhart book, but I got Genuine Frogs. It was $1, so I figured I would just try it out. So I have some good books in here that I really want to read, that I'm excited about reading. And then I've got some goofy ones where I was like, oh, look, it's free. And so I don't know. I have no idea what I'm going to read, but I'm going to try to do like a TBR before we leave on our trip to kind of show off the ones I really, really want to get to while we're gone. But these are the ones I have downloaded. I have a ton more not downloaded, but this is where you start to get into a lot of, wait, no, these are downloaded. You get into a lot of the like free books. I'm just like, do I really need that book? Do I really want that book? But anything that says new on it or has like a number on it, those are the ones that are all downloaded. So if I didn't, I just downloaded them. I didn't realize I was missing some of them. Or like this one I've already read. So I don't need to download that one again. But you get past all of these books that I actually paid a little bit of money for. Probably only $2. I think the most expensive book I bought on here was like $3, so they're the $2.99 ones. But most of them were super cheap. So these ones, from like here down, almost all of these are free or I've had forever, one of the two. So I used to get into like romancy moods, and so I do have some romance down here at the bottom. I still get into the mood occasionally, just not nearly as often as I used to. That I actually paid for. Oh, look, the Iron Trials. I have a couple of those. Might as well. But you get down here, these are all free. And I don't know what to do with them. I don't know if any of them are good. I don't know if there's a point to any of them. But I have them. Lots and lots of them. So if I ever bored, all I have to do is look into my Kindle and say, what can I read? Oh, these books are my husband's. He adores them. But he hasn't been reading lately because he's been preferring real books. And I keep offering to buy the real books of them. But he doesn't seem to want me to buy them right now. I really, really love this series, and that was a little short story that went with it. I'm not sure what else is in here. Read all those ages ago.
I really like the Force of Hands and Teeth, so I have a couple of the little short stories. This one's from Unwind, which I really liked. Again, these are my husband's. I read Beautiful Creatures and I couldn't go farther. I really like these Banshee books too. So getting down here farther, you're getting into the books that I bought ages ago that I've already read, or that I meant to read and I never did, because yes, I do have some of that steamy romance stuff, and Jenna Showalter is one of my favorite, and then Katie McAllister is one of my other favorites. So even though they're about vampires, or these ones aren't about vampires, these ones are about Pandora's box, and the warriors that were supposed to guard Pandora's box opened it, and all of the evil was set loose, and so the gods put, or Pandora, I'm not sure, I can't remember, put one of the sins into each of the men that were guarding it, and so these were all about the guys that have these Pandora sins inside of them. The Help, I love that book. But yep, that's pretty much it. I have a couple of church books in here, and I did keep a couple of books, but not a lot. These are all, like I said, these are all old ones. There's still a couple in here that I had for free, but for the most part, these are all the books that I actually paid for way back in the day, like 2008. But yeah, so this is my Kindle, and I will definitely have to make a TBR of what I want to read while I am overseas, because I know for sure that I won't be reading any physical books. It'll just be on my Kindle. So I hope that was fun and enlightening. We started getting stuff today. I got a little bit of mail. I got these bag things that are supposed to be great for packing, and then I also got our little air mattresses for the MAC flights, because if we're on one of the military flights, I can never remember which one's which. We've been on C5s and C17s, and one of them you're in normal seats, and one of them you're in jump seats. And then once the plane hits altitude, you can lay on the floor. And normally we just would I tried bringing a yoga mat. That wasn't good enough. Laying on the actual ground is really cold, so we didn't want to do that anymore. So I got these little air mattresses that I'll show you guys in our vlog when we actually go. So you'll see those in like July or something, June, July-ish time frame, whenever we actually use them. And I'll show you what they look like. They're really thin. They look like shower curtains basically, but they blow up, and they have these little like eggshell crate things that were supposed to keep you comfortable when you're laying on the ground. So I hope that will make the flight a little more bearable, but we will see. But yeah, nothing else is going on. We've just been prepping for this trip, got some mail, cleaned out my Kindle, did the dishes, exciting stuff. And I will update you guys again later. Bye. Say hi.
What's up?
Hello. So it's Friday, and I intended to read a little bit today and then go out with my friend today, and instead of reading, I just went out. She came over to my house for a few hours, and then or crashed into a car or whatever. Driving and fry eating is a dangerous business.
Did you seriously bring this out to golf with you?
She came over to visit for a little bit, and then we went over to her house because she had some errands to run and some children to pick up. We just got done eating at Chili's, and oh gosh, love the roads here. We just got done eating at Chili's, and I have been learning from a couple of vegan YouTubers out there how to eat at restaurants that are not vegetarian or vegan friendly at all. And everyone's like, oh, just choose off of the, wow, this road sucks. They said just choose off of the side menu. So I got some tortillas and some rice and some beans and some veggies and some guacamole, and I made myself some little tacos, and I had so much that I have 2 left over that I made up and put in a to-go box because I was full. So I was kind of happy. I actually got to go out to a normal restaurant with my friends and eat.
real food, not just a salad.
Yeah, that wasn't biology. Or both.
So tired of biology.
Or Taco Bell.
Oh yeah, that's true too. Ugh. So no reading at all so far today. But probably once we get home I will be able to. So right now it is like 6:30-ish and we are headed to church to go to a memorial service for one of our friends. And I think that's it. He played golf all day and got soaking wet and ended up being an hour and a half late. Oh, I'm sorry, 2.5 hours late. I'm supposed to be home around 4. You can get there till over 6. So we ordered him some food to go, which she's playing with. Shut up. All right, I'm gonna stop recording now because we're just being goofy. Pat's trying to eat and drive and use his maps at the same time, so maybe I should help him.
Is he seriously?
I'll update you guys more later. Oh, I did manage to read like 250 pages last night or something like that. 150 pages last night. I'm on like page 250. So yeah, 150 pages last night. So I was like on page 100 when I started yesterday. So I did read quite a bit last night. Total sidetrack moment. But there you go. Okay, I'm leaving now. Bye-bye. Farmer's market. It's kind of small and everyone's leaving. It's only 9:30 in the morning. Yay! I'm on chapter 31. So 264. I have not read at all yesterday. I missed it so much. Hello, dear friends. Hi guys. So I'm here on Monday morning to do a little wrap up for the week. If I can keep my phone kind of steady, I'll be great. So this week I finished 2 books and I'm making some good headway in 2 more. So this week my audiobook that I finished is The Lost Hero. It is the first book in the Heroes of Olympus series, which is like the part 2 to Percy Jackson. And then I started The Son of Neptune. I need to move my thing. I'm not sure where I'm at. I've been listening to it all morning because I've been running around doing errands and driving a lot. And when I do that, I have a tendency to read. I think I'm on chapter 15, but I'm not positive. I'll update you with that this week so I can show you where I've gotten to. But my bookmark is in chapter 8. So that's where I left off last night. And then the physical book that I was reading that I finished is Heir of Fire by Sarah J. Maas, and it is the 3rd book in the Throne of Glass series, which I am very much enjoying. I may have to take a little bit of a hiatus between the 4th and the 5th book to just have a palate cleanser, and if I do that, then I'll read one of my mangas. I'm not reading mangas this week. I'll read one of my graphic novels, because if I say the wrong word, my son will jump down my throat and say, well, that's not what that is. And then I did not update this last night, so let me do that really fast so I can update it at the right page that I left off on. Okay, so my leave off point for Queen of Shadows for last week is a little more than halfway through. It is, I'm on page, just looking at it, 342, chapter 42. And like I said, this is Queen of Shadows. This is the 4th book in the Throne of Glass series. So I'm making my way through both of the series that I have picked out for the majority of my goals for this month. I only had picked out through book 2, but I am really enjoying the Heroes of Olympus, and I think I may actually need to rearrange my TBR a tiny bit to fit in book 3. And these books all have symbols on the top corner, and even though I have a book that was suggested to me, picked out for what is the thing? Ancient Ruins, I think. For that one, one of you guys was really great and helped me pick out a book for that one, but I'd rather continue on with the series that I'm already working on than start a new book that is not in one of the series I'm working on, just because I want a better rune. But I mean, that's a symbol, right? So I'll just use the third book if it comes to it. So I will hold off on reading Wicked. What is that book called? It's the new one that just came out, about the drowning witches of some sort. I don't know. Anyways, so for a total this week, I read 903 pages. I finished 2 books, and I am a good chunk into my next 2. So hopefully I will finish these 2 this week as well. And 2 books a week will not quite get me to my goal, but I do have some smaller books, and these ones are pretty chunky. So once I get some smaller books into the mix, I might actually make the 12. But if not, I'm not worried about it. I would love to hit 8 because that seems to be like my sweet spot. And if I'm reading 2 books a week, I should be able to hit 8. But yeah, that's it for this reading vlog. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for the next month's worth of these. I have already started next week's because I was in the mood to, and I didn't have my page count, or I would have finished off this one first. But that did not happen. So yeah, I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.